Connectivism is a theory of learning which emphasizes the role of the social and cultural context opposed to a more essentialist notion which foregrounds the individual. Connectivism is often associated with, and proposes a perspective similar to Vygotsky's zone of proximal development, ZPD, an idea later transposed into Engeström's 2001 activity theory. Central to connectivism is the relationship between work experience, learning and knowledge, as expressed in the concept of connectivity, thus the root of the theory's name. It bears some similarity with Bandura's social learning theory that proposes that people learn through contact. The add-on a learning theory for the digital age that appears in Siemens' paper indicates the emphasis it gives to how technology affects how people live, how they communicate, and how they learn. Nodes and links. One aspect of connectivism is its central metaphor of a network with nodes and connections. In this metaphor, a node is anything that can be connected to another node, such as an organization, information, data, feelings, and images. Connectivism sees learning as the process of creating connections and elaborating a network. Not all connections are of equal strength. The idea of organizations as cognitive systems, where knowledge is distributed across nodes, traces back to the perceptron, and is directly borrowed from connectionism, a paradigm in cognitive sciences that sees mental or behavioral phenomena as the emergent processes of interconnected networks of simple units. The network metaphor allows a notion of know-where, the understanding of where to find the knowledge when it is needed, to supplement to the ones of know-how and know-what that make the cornerstones of many theories of learning. As Down states, at its heart, connectivism is the thesis that knowledge is distributed across a network of connections, and therefore that learning consists of the ability to construct and traverse those networks. Principles. Learning and knowledge rests in diversity of opinions. Learning is a process of connecting specialized nodes or information sources. Learning may reside in non-human appliances. Learning is more critical than knowing. Maintaining and nurturing connections is needed to facilitate continual learning. Perceiving connections between fields, ideas, and concepts is a core skill. Currency, accurate up-to-date knowledge, is the intent of learning activities. Decision-making is itself a learning process. Choosing what to learn, and the meaning of incoming information is seen through the lens of a shifting reality. While there is a right answer now, it may be wrong tomorrow due to alterations in the information climate affecting the decision. Teaching methods. Summing up connectivist teaching and learning, Down states, to teach is to model and demonstrate, to learn is to practice and reflect. In 2008, Siemens and Downs delivered an online course called Connectivism and Connective Knowledge. It covered connectivism as content, while attempting to implement some of their ideas. The course was free to anyone who wished to participate, and over 2,000 people worldwide enrolled. The phrase massive open online course MOOC describes this model. All course content was available through RSS feeds, and learners could participate with their choice of tools, threaded discussions in Moodle, blog posts, Second Life and synchronous online meetings. The course was repeated in 2009, and in 2011. At the core, connectivism is a form of experiential learning which prioritizes the set of connections formed by actions and experience over the idea that knowledge is propositional. History. Connectivism was introduced in 2005 by the emergence of publications with Siemens' Connectivism, Learning as Network Creation, and Downs' An Introduction to Connective Knowledge. Both works receiving significant attention in the blogosphere, and the extended discourses followed on the appropriateness of connectivism as a learning theory for the digital age. In 2007, CARE entered into the debate with a series of lectures and talks on the matter, as did Forster, both at the online Connectivism conference at the University of Manitoba. In 2008, and the digital and e-learning context, connectivism was reconsidered and discussed in relation to technological implications by Siemens and ally. Criticisms. The idea that connectivism is a new theory of learning has not received wide acceptance. Verhagen argued that connectivism is rather a pedagogical view. The lack of comparative literature reviews in connectivism papers complicate evaluating how connectivism relates to prior theories, such as socially distributed cognition, Hutchins, 1995, which explored how connectionist ideas could be applied to social systems. Classical theories of cognition such as activity theory, Vygotsky, Leontief, Luria, and others starting in the 1920s, propose that people are embedded actors, with learning considered via three features: a subject, the learner, an object, the task or activity, and tool or mediating artifacts. Social cognitive theory, Bandura, 1962, claimed that people learn by watching others. Social learning theory, Miller and Darlot, elaborated this notion. Situated cognition, Brown, Collins, and Duguid, 1989, Greenough and Moore, 1993, alleged that knowledge is situated in activity bound to social, cultural, and physical contexts, knowledge and learning, that requires thinking on the fly, rather than the storage and retrieval of conceptual knowledge. Community of Practice, Lave and Wenger 1991, asserted that the process of sharing information and experiences with the group enables members to learn from each other. Collective intelligence, Levy, 1994, described a shared or group intelligence that emerges from collaboration and competition. Kerr claims that, although technology affects learning environments, existing learning theories are sufficient. Kopp and Hill conclude that, while it does not seem that connectivism is a separate learning theory, it continues to play an important role in the development and emergence of new pedagogies, where control is shifting from the tutor to an increasingly more autonomous learner. Aller recognizes that the world has changed and become more networked, so learning theories developed prior to these global changes are less relevant. However, he argues that what is needed is not a new standalone theory for the digital age, but a model that integrates the different theories to guide the design of online learning materials, to guide the design